Hello YouTube, it's Rob from Ramen Noodles TCG, and today I am going to be going over round 2 of the Beast Mode War League. So today my team, the Sen Gang, faced off against Diamond Dogs. Well, today is in last week, but yeah, let's get into it. So for the first game we have Bob Hawk versus Frico Suave. Bob Hawk is very much a new recruit to the team. This is his first time playing, so we'll see how he does. So Bob Hawk is on Hero Frogs, and Frico Suave is on Hero Beat. Yeah, so a this is definitely an opening hand of all time for both players. Frico Suave's hand seems pretty good, having both the Neos Alias and the Gemini Spark in hand, as long as some protection for the back row. Seems quite nice. So, and he top decks Rhoda for turn. So yeah, this is quite incredible. I'm a little surprised that Frico Suave opts to just go for Alias and a back row here. If I were him, I would have gone for Rhoda into Stratos. But then again, playing blind like this, especially when you're going first, if you have the Alias up first, you can Rhoda for Stratos and then Stratos to pop your opponent's back row if your opponent is playing some kind of back row strategy. Setting the MST indicates that that is his plan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's setting four. He's setting all four back row because he has the. Yeah, he's setting all four back row because he has the Starlight Road, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so Bob Hawk will just blindly MST. Uh, I don't know how I feel about blind MST here. Obviously, with four back row, you know the opponent either has something like either Starlight Road or Solemn Judgment, so you want to try to bait out some back row. Obviously, if you snap the Solemn Judgment, you can feel free to throw down a Heavy Storm that you top deck. But against heroes specifically, I feel like this is a bad move, especially because if, for example, the MST hit the Gemini Spark, Frico Suave could chain the Gemini Spark, attributing Neos Alias to pop the Dupe Frog, and Dupe Frog is destroyed as Chainlink 2, so it will miss timing, which I think is a pretty questionable play from Bob Hawk, and a top deck Miracle Fusion from Frico Suave, which is pretty good. Going for the Stratos here, getting a Stratos, searching Ocean, so he wants to turn the Miracle Fusion live. 1-for-1 from Bob Hawk is incredible. So pitching the Malicious, this is really good value. Let's see if... Oh, going straight for Malicious and Diva. This is a very aggressive play. Let's see if this pays off for him. So he goes straight for Stardust to protect himself from things like Gemini Spark. That really pays off for him. So yeah, going for Swamp Frog bounce itself, pitch Treeborn, and then the Dupe Frog, the Substitute goes off, just starts summon, he subs, and then starts punching again. Quite solid. Drawing another Gemini Spark. Yeah, going for Miracle Fusion here. Absolute zero. So obviously he's under the Dupe block. So Frico Suave, I don't know if he should have made absolute zero there. I mean, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, going for absolute zero, just passing. And then Bob Hawk drops Caius. Caius effect on the Ab Zero. Frico Suave has to chain the Gemini Spark here to bait out the Stardust to clear the whole board. Yeah. He just allows that, which is kind of strange. He Mirror Forces here. Yeah. I mean, it clears the Caius. Oh, God, no. Yeah, so I don't know why... I don't know why he allowed this, especially when Mirror Force... he should not have done this in end phase. If he wants to pop a Dupe Frog here, he has to... So most Frog players only play 2 Dupe Frog. So you can get the Dupe Frog to miss timing by chaining it to the Mirror Force, so it's Chainlink 2. But that is not what happened. So the Stardust comes back. And yeah, setting Torrential and Hero Blast and the normal summoning alias. Hero Blast, chaining, Stardust to the Spark. I mean, you can't Stardust negate Hero Blast. Oh, yeah. Okay, this clears the board. So the Dupe Frog's mistiming. Yeah, so the Dupe Frogs do mistiming. And an Honest is the perfect draw for him here. So yeah, setting the Diva here, because he has the Gilman in hand. He's already used the Diva for Diva, so he just has the Gilman, so he just has to set it. Alias is important. Or the Stratos is a good top deck, but the Caius is really what comes in clutch here. So Caius, getting Compulse, Stratos for Alias, and Big Chillin', so getting some damage in. Obviously, there's no point compulsing here. Freako Swap needs like something really good off the top. Deep Prison's pretty good, but not enough in the face of Miracle Fusion. Obviously, the compulse will hit hard on the compulse the Ab Zero, and then Deep Prison the Caius, so it's pretty good. And now, yeah, he will steal the Gilman, and that's game over, basically. Yeah, the Econ. Yeah, that's just game over. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was pretty good for Bob Hawk here. Going into game two, we have wow. This looks like an incredible hand for both players. Yeah, this is quite strong. Getting Econ Treeborn access as well, along with Miracle Fusion, quite good. And Stratos Alias and 3 back row, quite strong as well. So going for Stratos into Alias. Maybe, yeah, no. You already have a water in rotation, so grabbing Alias, I believe, is the correct play. Gonna go set a Dupe Frog, pretty classic play here. Into 3 back row, I think this is probably the best option. You could go for one and then try to play, but maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think just this is a much safer option. So going for Android here, getting the Dupe Frog trigger, going for Swap Frog, revealing Miracle Fusion. Yeah. Mobius is an interesting play, or Mobius is an interesting top deck. Obviously, it plays into both the Starlight Road and the Pulling the Rug. Now he goes for the sub here, so he's going to sub into Dupe. Big Chillin' here. All of the Haunted Gating from the Android. Going for Caius on the Miracle Fusion, unfortunately getting hit by Pulling the Rug. Now he has to deal with the Ab Zero, and the Android just gains more life points. And now taking the Absolute Zero is really interesting because he can drop the Miracle Fusion of his own. That will be quite interesting. So, he's just going straight for the Mobius. I think, yeah, that's probably the correct. I don't know. So if he goes for Miracle Fusion, his Absolute Zero will trigger. I mean, because you don't know about the Starlight Road, obviously, because you know about the Starlight Road, going for Mobius first is absolutely better. But I don't know if that was a better play going blind. Regardless, I think this works out fairly. Oh wait, but he gets the Stardust Dragon, so yeah, it doesn't quite work either way. It's just too strong. So yeah, this is a fine hand for Bob here. A fine hand for both players, actually. Yeah, getting Stratos to get to Alias with the Gemini Spark and the Hero Blast, along with Starlight Road 3 for 3. I wonder how many he's playing. Yeah, but obviously, without access to Treeborn Frog, the multiple Monarchs isn't amazing, but you have the Raigeki Break to pitch Malicious, which is tribute material, and you can Miracle Fusion because you have a hero in hand, and Sure Waters. So yeah, this is quite good. Drawing another Gemini Spark, quite good. So going forward, Stratos, punching in, setting some back rows. Raigeki Break on the back row, snipes the Starlight Road, that's pretty good. I can imagine he'll go for probably the Mobius here. Yep, dropping the Mobius. Yeah, that was a big punish. Uh, Like setting the back row is interesting there, but because they're not actually live yet, because you don't have the alias, it makes things kind of awkward. Especially because you're not setting the Gemini Spark is especially questionable because you have the Hero Blast, or because you have because it's a quick play spell. So if you just hold it in hand, you can normal summon alias and then play them from your hand, which is a lot better than setting them. So yeah, this is a big punish here. Drawing Fossil Dyna. This is an interesting side deck card. It makes sense to out things like Duplock. It also adds Absolute Zero. Yeah, it's a bit vulnerable to getting hit by Monarchs, but I mean, what is it, right? So yeah, an interesting choice. Going for the beats, getting the alias beats in, sniping. Dust Shoot is a pretty good draw here. It might be a little too late, depending on how this gets played out. Let's see. Yeah, so going for Miracle Fuchsia, Dust Shoot is not live. Drawing Gilman really sucks. Yeah, I am tributing over the alias for to clear the Fossil Dyna. Basically, just wins him the game on the spot. I don't think there's any top deck that can get Mr. Frico Suave out of this game. Deep Prison is close, but I don't think it does it. So he should have just popped the Deep Prison. That would have been a lot better. But I mean, you know, yeah, it's basically over. And the players say good game to each other, and Bob Hawk types this log thing in chat. Uh, it was I. It was I paved the way that you might walk at your ease today. It was I who blazed the track, bloodied and furrowed upon my back. I was the conscript sent to hell to make in the desert the living well. I split the rock, I felled the tree. The nation was because of me. And then he leaves. So yeah, that was the first game. For the second game, we have Graceless versus Jules. So we have Gadgets versus Blackwings. Yeah, quite a strong Blackwing head here. Not too bad for Graceless either, because he has the ultimate offering. Plus, yeah, that that judgment might pose some problems. So yeah, yeah, the Sirocco. Yeah, the problem with Gadgets, especially this build of Gadgets, is that you really have to make a committal play to out something like a Sirocco. Commit to something like a Dark Dust Spirit or a Caius, going for the Mobius with the ultimate offering, trying to pop some back row, and that's basically game over. He has to. Okay, I do not agree with this play at all. So the thing about Reckless Greed is, I get it. You want to draw your more monarchs, but I think you need to thin the deck first, just to have the highest chance of seeing your monarchs. Just keep firing that oppression, or keep firing the offering, so you cycle through a bunch of gadgets, and then you Reckless Greed. Drawing Giant Trunade's not bad, but it's not enough. I don't know why he's made decking Giant Trunade. That seems like a bit of a mistake. So the double Black Whirlwind from June here is quite strong. He doesn't have anything great to pair with it, but if he draws any Blackwing, it's basically over. Dust Shoot's quite strong. The Cat of Ill Omen as well. Firing the Dust Shoot, not getting great value off of it, but yeah, getting to search 2. Double Vayu, perhaps? Yeah, double Vayu. That's the only target you have, really. Setting Icarus attack, going Cat of Ill Omen, getting ultimate offering Reckless Greeting, going for Mobius. Wait, what? Oh, he's not using Mobius to play around Starlight Rune. That's pretty interesting. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. And he has the Starlight Rune, so that was a good play from him. Uh, and there's a ruling about battle phase. Yeah, so you don't have to go to battle. You can go main one directly to end phase. Uh, yeah, no, that is how that works. They call a judge. Uh, yeah, that is how that works. That was kind of embarrassing. So Icarus attack in the standby. Yeah, going for Vayu Gale. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate, but you know, I don't think he'll be playing gadgets for much longer. He's probably playing something else. But yeah. So next we have my duel against Rod Magi. Yeah, so I win the RPS. Or I lose the RPS, excuse me. So I have this kind of hand. This is a very aggressive hand. I'm feeling pretty happy about the Heavy Storm MST until I see the Swap Frog come down, and I'm like, damn, that's a Swap Frog. Crap. So yeah, you go swap into Treeborn, normal dupe. So Goblin Zombie, I, I'm kind of intimidated by the whole concept of this hand. I think I have to go Goblin Zombie swing into the Dupe Frog. I can't afford to let him trigger it here. I mean, I can't afford to let him get the dupe lock. I didn't want him triggering the dupe frog because I know he'd like search something and then do the whole line. But like, I can't avoid this. I have to just get attacking. This hand does not allow for defensive play because I have heavy storm MST. Yeah, so I just pass here. This was a pretty big misplay on my end. Yeah, this was pretty bad. So gets the second dupe frog out. So I have to mind card here. I go Minecon Instant Fusion. I make Stardust and punch it in. I set Heavy Storm MST. So basically, the idea is that if he when he treeboard frogs, if he treeboard frogs and then drops a Caius on me, Bruh. uh, if he treeboard frogs and then drops a Caius on me, I can chain MST, targeting the Heavy Storm, and then chain my Stardust to dodge the Caius effect. So yes, Junk Synchron gets grabbed here. And then, yeah, he just goes for Goyo Guardian. I have no real way to beat this. I just let the Stardust die. There's not really a whole lot I can do here. At this point, I'm pretty screwed. Yeah, because he drops Caius on my Goblin Zombie, and that's is basically over. Yeah, this was really bad. Yeah, I'm dead. So let's see if the next game goes better for me. So yeah, this is a much more playable hand. Obviously, I side out the MSV Heavy Storm. So yeah, my opponent is on Hero Frogs, which is interesting to note. I sniped the DD Crow, which is quite good. So he goes for Neo's Alias. There's merit to probably going Soul Exchange here. Yeah, I think there's some merit to going Soul Exchange here and then using the substitute, and then substituting away something like my Pyramid Turtle, just to not let me get value off of it. But I think he knows that, so he's probably just trying to save it for later, which is an interesting idea. Now I go for the Caius here. I want to get rid of the Neos Alias because, uh, yeah, I want to get rid of the Neos Alias. I know he has another hero engrave. I can't really stop that, but I just want to get in some big damage. So going for the Caius here. I mean, if I didn't go for the Caius there, I would have had to make a synchro play. Uh, Maybe I should have saved the Caius for later, actually, thinking about it. Because Caius can out stuff like the Duplock, whereas nothing in the extra deck really can. I obviously can't show my extra deck, and I don't want to, but if I want to ouch the dupes with a synchro, I have to go for a Brionic and then discard my whole hand, which is very resource intensive. But I get to snipe. I snipe the Miracle Fusion, which is quite good. So he still exchanges over a Caius. Caius get rid of the Reaper, and then bounce the Kai's, which really hurts. So I go for Goblin Zombie here. I go for, sorry, Zombie Master. Bring back the Turtle. I want to go wide here, just so that way the Caius is a bit less damaging to me. Yeah. So I go for Brio. I Brio bounce the Swamp Frog. I try to just hit for lethal. Yeah, and I hit for lethal. So yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, this game three hand is not. It's okay. My opponent has the Vanity Seed, which I'm kind of scared of, but you know. Gores, I keep in the Gores. I think this is probably a mistake. Gores kind of sucks against frogs, even hero frogs, because when you're playing against frogs, your opponent's just kind of smacking you with monarchs. And yeah, I mean, if you get to summon a Gores, that's cool. But the main issue, the main form of defense that frog players have is not just like guys, it's the dupe lock. And Gores doesn't really do anything against the dupe lock. I don't have any level 1 tuners that I can use to make Dark End Dragon with Gores, so there's really no point to having it here. I think even something like Trigonia would be better. So he goes for Vanity's Fiend, and I'm feeling a little bit silly for not setting the bottomless. Because, you know, my opponent is on a Monarch strategy, so I think, okay, I can just chill. I have Gores. Yeah. So I draw Compulse, thankfully. So Compulse is a really nice touch to the Vanity's Fiend. Off the top, I'm just that good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, Compulse here. So I go for Turtle. Yeah, he discarded for hand size. Yeah, flip the Turtle. This would, goes for Vanity Fiend. I bottomless the Vanity Fiend. Okay, I'm making some progress here. Go in for the Turtle. Obviously, I don't want to get too aggressive. Like I could make a big synchro play, but whatever synchro I make is very vulnerable to Caius. I don't have. Obviously, I had to use my bottomless, so I can't go for like a Stardust to bottomless combo where I use the bottomless and negate my own bottomless to dodge Caius or Reza. So yeah, he goes for Caius here. Swings in. Now I get to drop Gores, which is quite nice. Yeah, so I get to drop Gores. I go for Reaper on the Nightmare. Caius. Hit over the Caius. So yeah, I hit some stuff. He drops a Battle Fader. Yeah. So going for the Reaper on the Nightmare was interesting. I feel like I had to drop the Caius. Actually, no, I didn't have to drop the Caius. Yeah, no, I could have just punched over his Caius. Why did I drop the Caius on his Caius? I think I wanted to swing for lethal because I was getting kind of low on life points, but this was a bit overly aggressive of me. Yeah, no, looking at it back, I should not have used the Caius there. I should have just punched him. Because I need to save my Caius to out the dupe block. Yeah. Frogs are not a super easy matchup, but I think I definitely could have played this a lot better, looking at it. So I try for Book of Life. So basically, at this point, there's not really a whole lot I can do. Like if I go for Diva, I can make something like Stardust. If I make Black Rose, that blows up my own board. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't matter. If I go for something like Dark End Dragon, I can out one of the dupe frogs, but I cannot clear the Substitute, which sucks. Yeah, so I have to just go for this here. This loses to any Monarch. This loses to Junk Synchron even, which is what my opponent does. So he just goes for Mistworm and kills me. Or Colossal Fighter and kills me. Yeah, so that was pretty unfortunate for me. I've learned my lesson from this. Yeah, I didn't play this super well. Looking back at it, but yeah. Speaking of zombie players who not new and super hot, we have Frog versus Chess Prime. So Frog is very new, and yeah, he's playing zombies versus his opponent zombies. So Chess Prime is on hero zombies. Frog is just on the regular zombie build. I think he's playing Instant Fusion as well. So he bottomlesses the Stratos, a pretty fine play. Both sides just on set turtles. Yeah, having the Rhoda here. It's got the Skystriker Rhoda. It's silly. Yeah, so, yeah, just a pretty solid hand for both players. Yeah. Punching into the turtle, turtle for turtle. Going for Rhoda for Greffer. All right. So here, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. Obviously, when it comes to the zombie mirror, uh, it's really about how you use your recruiters and how you use your opponent's stuff. So in a zombie mirror, Pyramid Turtle punching into Pyramid Turtle is a very it's a very forward sort of play, especially because you have the brain control. You can make a big synchro push here. You have back row, so that's potentially good. So when you turtle punch into turtle, as the turn player, you are chain like one. So your opponent, your opponent's turtle resolves first. So if they grab another turtle, you can grab a turtle. If they grab Zombie Master, you can maybe grab Plague. I don't know. I think it's probably right to just set something. I probably would have set the bottomless, but setting MST is not the worst either. All right, so it goes for Greffer here. All right, so here is where you really, really have to get aggressive. Now let's see this. So he dust shoots over the Caius. So now here you have brain control, and your opponent has a loaded graveyard. You need to start making some plays. So what you can do is dust the back row and then get going. So he just sets and passes. So that the opponent has all the resources. You really need to get aggressive here. So instead of just setting and passing, what you can do is you can MST the back row. So you get rid of the judgment. You switch your turtle to attack. You turtle punch into the Dark Greffer. You can turtle summon something like a it's kind of awkward. Like you turtle summon something. I think you would grab Plague here. Or no, you grab Goblin Zombie. So you can turtle grab Goblin Zombie punch in, grab Plague potentially. Yeah, I think you can grab Plague. You don't have another monster, so I don't think Brain Conning the Dark Greffer gets you anywhere. But you can punch in, grab go Goblin Zombie, punch in, grab Plague, or Book of Life back your Book of Life back the Goblin Zombie normal to Plague, make Doom Kaiser Dragon, take the opponent's Plague. Also, you're banishing the Malicious with the Book of Life, which is really nice. So now you take the Plague, and then you make Stardust Dragon. And now that you have Stardust Dragon, you can set all your back rows. Obviously, maybe you wouldn't want to set all your back rows, but setting Call of the Haunted is really nice because Doom Kaiser Dragon, I'll probably put that on screen. It's not on Synchro Summon, it's when it triggers when it's special summoned. So you can Call of the Haunted back your Doom Kaiser Dragon to take the opponent's Plague. That blanks his battle phase, which is really important, especially when you're playing against an aggressive deck like this. So yeah, I think you have to play a bit more aggressive here, especially when your opponent's making some big plays like this. So it goes for Dark Edge to clear the Turtle. Yeah, I feel like you really should have used the MST here, like before, obviously. When your opponent's about to make some pretty big plays, like you saw the setup with like the Plague and the Mally. That's a pretty good time to MST. So yeah, gotta get for some big damage here. So yeah, getting in, bringing back to Turtle, banishing the Mally. Okay, so going Gale is fine here. You might potentially want to go for Turtle as well, just because you kind of have to at this point. Yeah, I mean, you have Call of the Haunted. I think you need to Turtle Crash into something. I'm not sure exactly what the line is, but you really need to start making a big push of some kind. So yeah, having the Dark End Dragon and then punching over it, it's fine, but you're not making any real progress here. Just setting and passing is not good enough. Yeah, because then the opponent just runs you over. He goes instant fusion, takes your Gale. Yeah, so leaving a tutor out like that out risks, yeah, something like that. And then Book of Life, yeah, that's it. And not even setting the Call of the Haunted is a bit dubious, but you know, what can you do? So, all right, yeah, this is pretty solid. Dust Shoot, yeah, so he goes for Dust Shoot here. Takes the Malicious. I think that's interesting. So when you see the Rhoda, I think the play is almost certainly to take the Malicious, as bad as that sounds. Because Dark Grepher, you can prio Dark Grepher, pitch Malicious, and then pitch something like a Goblin Zombie, or not Goblin Zombie, Plague Spreader. So I think that might be the right call there. Maybe the other play is probably to take the Turtle, but then, like, I don't know. It's alright, I guess. So setting Spirit Reaper, going Goblin Zombie, it's pretty good. Pretty good card. Setting Bottomless, Caius here, just setting some macros, big chillin' under the Spirit Reaper. No pressure. Going for Kremens here. Quite decent. Grabbing Plague Spreader Zombie. The opponent normal summons Zombie Master. Bottomless is met by Trapstone. He lets it resolve for some reason. Frog, you're a paleo player. You gotta know how trap cards work. You flip the other bottomless. Get rid of the Zombie Master, bro. It's pretty important. He's about to go ham. So yeah, pitching Plague, and he allows that to resolve. I banish the Plague. Hello, you have Needy Crow. Yeah, this is pretty bad. It's pretty rough. Going for Brio pitch. Oh god, yeah, that's pretty nasty. Dropping Dad. Yeah, it's really bad. Prio pop. Allowing the Plague to resolve again. I don't know, man. Like, you're under Trap Stud. The Mirror Force is dead. Yeah, that was rough. But yeah, that was a pretty rough one for us. Yeah, we're starting the next week. Right now, I think we already have one match in. So yeah, we're up against Ring of Destruction. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.